sort of double bagging it because we don't know where it's been. All right, that time again, time for another solo overnighter in the woods. And this one's gonna be really different. I'm gonna work with a budget. So get ready, buckle up. We're hitting a bucket list item. Let's do it. This is a solo overnight building a thrift store kit. Something to that effect. I went to a thrift store and I wanted to find a nice gear loadout or a good kit for 25 bucks or less. And I made that goal with the exception of the food. Why? Because I have a bomb-ass recipe that I want to share with you. But $25 for a solo overnighter. First thing on our list is our backpack. It's from LL Bean and it belonged to, drum roll, Miles Pauly right there. Well, I appreciate it. Okay, so the next two items on our list is this knife and a container. The knife right here is a kitchen knife. It's Cuisine de France. It's a full tang stainless steel knife. And what I like best about it is that it's almost 3/32 thick. It's very rigid and the blade's really long. I guarantee you I'll have no problem batoning with this if I need to, but it's very sturdy and I'm gonna enjoy this. Next thing on our list is a container. Now check this out. This is an actual clean canteen. Got it for $1.99 and the rubber seal is still intact. Stainless steel wide mouth bottle, and I guarantee you I can boil with this just like I would any other wide mouth bottle. So that's a steal. $1.99. Okay, the next items we'll talk about here is our container and our utensil. We got a standard stainless steel fork, 59 cents. Nothing special, but it's a fork. We have two containers, a stainless steel cup right here that I can use for a small nesting cup. Fits perfectly on my container. Check that out. And we have our pot that I'm going to use to cook in. $2.99 for the pot and $1.99 for our cup. The next two items are the cordage and some duct tape or cargo tape. This right here I believe was $2.99 and our cordage was $1.49. And this stuff right here is crap, but it's 20 foot of all-purpose rope, mixed polyester and rayon, whatever the hell that is. But I mean, is it rope? Yes. Can I get something done with this? Can I tie things up? Yes. Like make a shelter? Yes. The tape, it's that silver, highly reflective material, but can I repair my gear or my tarp? Or even start a fire? Yes, I can. Okay, so this one right here was actually a good find. It's a Task Force flashlight. Now the lumens are going to suck because it's an incandescent light bulb. However, when I saw this, one battery was flipped. I flipped it back over and boom, it actually works. So if I had to walk at night or signal, I can do that. So I'm happy with this. And being that it's incandescent, it has that reflective surface on the inside that emits the light. So I got a plan for that later. But $1.99. Okay, so the last couple items here I want to refer to as my shelter system, my cover element. First off, we have the crappiest tarp in the world made by Pro Essentials. 8 by 10, and it is that nasty, really thin blue crap material. And this right here was $2.99. And I guarantee the grommets are going to rip out. It has rust-proof aluminum grommets. Well, we'll find out. Oh well. Next thing is this large blanket. Now this is an electric blanket, but I can't plug it in anywhere. And I chose this for two reasons. It was the cheapest and the largest blanket that I could find. And the price tag on this bad boy was, I feel like I'm on the Price is Right, $2.99. So we can see the size difference on this. This is a full size blanket here, and I can wrap up in this and actually attempt to keep warm, but we'll find out. $2.99. And the last two things were two regular 44-gallon garbage bags, and I tossed these in here. I have a whole roll at my house. We're talking 10 cents if you want to charge me. So all of this, excluding the food, was under 25 bucks. Now, let's go ahead and get all this gathered up and make use out of it. Alright, this tarp is cheap AF, but we have enough material here. We have our bedding, and I could actually stake this down if I need to, and actually create a improvised tube tent that will facilitate water runoff on both sides, as well as keep me off the ground, and contain some body heat. So that aspect, it'll work out well. But I'm thinking we flap this back over onto our back wall, and we're sort of double bagging it because we don't know where it's been. Then we utilize this rock face over here for our fire and bump that heat around us all night. Alright, so all this gear was bought at a thrift store and it has not been cleaned in who knows how long. And there's been several people touching all over it and, you know, doing their thing. So what I want to do is go down to the creek and light a fire, and then, in a sense, fill all these containers up with water, and then go ahead and disinfect everything prior to actually cooking or drinking out of it. Okay, so real quick in a nutshell, per the CDC, when you're in the back country, the #1 way to disinfect water, meaning render inert or kill the viruses, bacteria, protozoas, and parasites, is to simply boil the water. We want a rapid rolling boil for 1 minute at elevations less than 6,500 feet. And that's where we're at. So we collected our water, now we're gonna make a fire. And to do that, I'm thinking we break open our flashlight, access that parabolic mirror. Now, up there on the way down, we stopped and we collected some punk wood or punky wood. This right here is nothing more than wood that has a fungus on it that has started the decomposition process. We're going to take some of that, place it inside that parabolic lens, angle it towards the sun, and try to create an ember. I can then transfer that ember into a bird's nest or a tinder bundle, then blow it in the flame, add my fuel, and disinfect my implements and boil my water. And there you go. Took about 1.5 minutes. Just like that. All of our cooking implements and containers are disinfected. Now there's one more thing I want to disinfect, and that's that blanket. It's been sitting inside the thrift store Goodwill for who knows how long and used by or subject to who knows what. Imagine putting a black light across that thing. You'd be like, damn! Anyway, I'm thinking we're going to use the sun. It's called sun washing. Lay it out for about 35 to 40 minutes per side, and the sun, the UV light, is actually going to kill any type of bacteria, microscopic critters, dust mites, and eliminate some odors as well. Okay, so I'm going to say about 30 to 45 minutes, and we'll come back here and flip it to the opposite side. And then another 35-40 minutes, we'll come back and we should be good to go. So I'm over here at the creek bed getting ready to transport some of these coals over to the campsite so I can start my fire. And I look down in the creek and there's an old nasty Views, V-I-E-W's lighter. It's busted open. All the fluid's gone, but what I'm thinking, or I'm wondering, is if the flint still works inside here. There's sparks right there. Alright, so now that I have spark, I have basically a mini ferro rod inside here, a ferrocerium rod. And I got an idea for this. Let's go back to the campsite, get our fire started, and then we'll make some char material. Just like that, part 2. If you like what you see here, please do me that favor. Hit that like and subscribe button, then ring that notification bell. Once you ring that bell, please select all notifications. Then take it a step further. Grab your cell phone, download their free YouTube app, and sign in. This will give you push notifications when my new videos drop. Bacon wrapped ribeye, or how to die in the woods, corporal style. Actually, truth be told on this, I stole this recipe from Salty Dog Outdoors, or Kevin Baxter, our camp master at the Pathfinder School. Check him out on YouTube, Salty Dog Outdoors. Once again, that's Salty Dog Outdoors. God, the butter, garlic, you can just smell that chunk of ribeye and bacon. Oh man, melts in your mouth. Tell you what, be back in about 30 seconds. See you soon. Okay, so coming out here without matches or a lighter was a big mistake, and it sucked. But we still managed to get an ember using our parabolic lens from our flashlight. Now, there's no sun, and tomorrow there might not be sun because it might be a cloudy day. Do I want to carry embers around with me and feed them all day, all night until I get to my location and set up, or risk not having the sun or trying to get the sun or a sliver of the sun, trying to use that parabolic lens again? I don't want to, so I want to think about my next fire. And I want that fire to be as easy as possible. Now, we found this broken lighter, but it still sparks. So, I want to create some char material, the exact same way that I would with char cloth. We have our punky wood that we found earlier, or our punk wood. I'll place it into my container, take my nesting cup, place it on top of that container, then simply throw it in the fire. Once it chars, it's deprived of oxygen and it will take the weakest spark. Say something from a broken lighter. So let that burn all the way down and then remove the bottle, leaving the lid on, and let it cool down to where you can touch it. And then we'll open her up and see if the char worked. And we do that by getting a small piece out and see if it will take that spark. So basically this is a large piece of char cloth, but it's char material. And it's a lot easier to get my second fire somewhere else, like this, versus trying to use that parabolic lens or create a bow drill. Oh man, that food was outstanding. Got our dishes done, made some char material for our next fire. Now someone's gonna say, you could have just bought a pack of lighters. I could have. But two things. One, they didn't have it at the Goodwill. Imagine that. And two, I wanted something challenging. And we learned something in the process. I got to show you char material and creating an ember with a parabolic lens, and then a broken lighter for my next fire. If you kill yourself making fire the first time, you want that second time to be easy peasy, lemon squeezy. This shelter right here is the perfect setup. There's no rain in the forecast, so I'm not worried about anything. There's not a cloud in the sky, not for the next 2 or 3 days. That rock face right there is pushing that heat right on top of me. And I'm starting to sweat just laying here. So a fire that size, a full step away from me, it's insane right now. That's the perfect setup. We got our browse beds, we're off the ground. We'll talk about this shelter in the morning, but I'm happy. $25. And we got a thrift store overnight kit, complete with a backpack. So that's pretty cool. It opened my eyes. Like I said, even came out with a flashlight. So I'm happy with this. Probably like 20 lumens, but that's old school, man. I mean, I'm happy with this. Yeah, I can dig it, man. And a clean canteen container. It's not a 32 ounce, it's probably like a 24, but I'll take it. And a nesting cup. Nice. This knife though, I've already said it once, loving this bad boy right here. So other than that, I'm going to lay here and enjoy my fire. For now, 20-minute videos are here to stay. I'm getting 10 to 12 minute watch time on a 30-minute video, and we're getting 10 to 12 minute watch time on a 20-minute video. So if you think about it and do the math, it actually helps me on a 20-minute video. So for now, we're going to keep that, but I thank you for all your support. I appreciate it. On that note, catch you all in the morning. God. But that's a lot better sleep than in the junkyard. Oh man. That small fire right there, that actual wall pushed that heat on me all night. Keep it small and I was good to go. That time. Death Wish coffee. Must not work because I'm still breathing. Okay, let's talk about our shelter. Nothing special at all, but it was a $25 thrift store overnighter. We got an 8x8 crappy tarp, 2 trash bags, a backpack, a pot, fork, container, an actual clean canteen, wide mouth bottle, nesting cup, flashlight. What else did we get here? Duct tape, and all of it fit into my backpack, and it worked out well. The tarp was actually big enough to where I could actually arrange it into an improvised tube tent style tent in the woods if I needed to. Yes, the ends would be open, but those emergency tube tents where you just hang them up and it's more like a triangle, I could do that right here and shed the rain. So I'm happy with that. 25 bucks for an outstanding overnighter. And there you go, solo overnight building a $25 thrift store kit. Always outstanding, and more great things to come. With that, all the gear in my videos can be found in 2 places. 1 in my Amazon influencer page, and 2 in my Self-Reliance Outfitters influencer page. And if you're interested in Corporals Corner merchandise, that can be found on Teespring. All 3 links are found inside my description box. Now please do me a favor, hit that like and subscribe button, then ring that notification bell. Once you ring that bell, please select all notifications. And as always, thank you for your comments, views, and support. Thanks for watching. Get out in the field, have some fun. I'm going to catch you next time.